So, as always, this will take place after a decent warm-up, and for the first session of the week, under the club structure that I'm working in, we are doing a defender-specific session. So this exercise looks at driving the ball and skipping one of the players. I found that a lot of the teams that I've worked with, specifically youth levels, are too cautious even when it's safe to miss a player. So they would go from 1 to 3 to 2 to 4 to move the ball across. I'm asking the fullbacks to drive the ball and miss out one of the centre halves. Then it's just a nice little 1-2 to get it to the opposite fullback and going the other way as well. I want my players to zing that ball and drive the ball, be confident at hitting a further defender and moving the ball quickly left to right, or vice versa. So this one starts on the ground, and as soon as the blue attacker moves, this player can pass the ball in and he becomes a defender. We're now looking at body shape. Can we read the attacker? Are they going to move left? Are they going to move right? Can we get in a position that if they take a wider touch, can we step in to stop them going in here? This is actually a really technical exercise when you're looking at body shape, reading the ball and stepping in to win it. After progressing from the ball on the ground, players then throw it in. This actually becomes a little bit easier for the defender. Generally, players who are receiving the ball are not as quick to move it around the corner when it's coming from a throw-in. But again, looking at points of contact, when we're stepping in, where we're stepping in, how we're doing it. Are we making contact with the player in the ball? And can we, if we win the ball, find an outlet? This is an exercise that I saw Sergio Ramos doing with a couple of coaches. Now I've scaled it up so that it can become a group exercise, but it is high intensity. So starting off, it's out, back, defend. It gets something on it to get that ball away from the cross. Out, back, can we do it a second time? Sprint across to go and clear. Be aggressive in clearing that header. As soon as you're hitting the ground, you're coming in. This player's taking a touch before shooting. Can you get something on it to block it? This is done at 100%. Right, and we really need that little bit of aggression. We need to make sure that our players are getting success, our defenders are getting success, so that they are confident in going to clear a cross, going to clear a header and getting something on a shot to block it. This is a bit of fitness work, and it's also a little bit of a competition between our group now. It's a 1v1 continuous. So again, we're looking at how can this defender position himself to win that ball as soon as it goes out of the playing area. The next attacker, next attacker, next attacker. If the attacker's successful in scoring, they then become the defender, and it just continues. I think the best that we've had is 11 continuous defensive successes before a win for the attacker, and I think that was mainly due to fatigue. Moving on to the next session of the week, we started this one a little bit more static. So after a warm-up, I wanted to go in and just work on a couple of options playing out from the back from goal kicks. I'm not going to tell you what goal kick options you've got. I'm sure you've got your own ones. I did mine here. Another familiar exercise I'm sure a lot of you have used is just being able to open up, change points of attack. 4 gates in the corner. You can score outside to in or inside to out. This is about being able to turn and see the space, body shape, receiving the ball, knowing what's around you, making sure that we are scanning, that we're checking the shoulder to see what options are around us. Most of the players that I ask get this one first time, and it is, where should we not be playing possession? And they say, in the box. So that's exactly what we do, and it's because I want my players to be comfortable on the ball anywhere. So the Blues are keeping possession, they're playing with the goalkeeper, and give them a target of passes. You can use whatever you want. I start with 4 normally. As soon as they get 4 passes, they can hit a blue, and then someone can go and help that blue and make it a 2v1. If the Reds win it, they can go straight to goal. No one's allowed to go in the 6-yard box until the keeper takes a touch. So yet we're even including the goalkeeper and being comfortable in possession, and as soon as they get it, the Reds can go full pace to try and win the ball and score a goal. So this one starts again, it's a possession box, trying to release players. So if we're thinking about the Bayern game, can we scan, can we see where the options are around us? Looking at the dangerous possession, can we create some space to hit that wide player to get them through to be one-on-one. This is a progression of that. Can we find space to get someone through on goal? You're allowed to send as many attackers and as many defenders through as you want. However, if the Blues do not score, Reds start with possession up in the box and they can go straight to goal. Final session of the week, we're looking at a technical session, really focused on striking the ball. So in this one, we are driving the ball in to these little triangles. Can we get it in the triangle? Can this player's first touch open up to break that line and then driving it through? I'm going back to the first exercise of the first session about driving the ball. Can we skip a defender to move it more quickly left to right or vice versa? This is about being confident with driven passes. Used this one before. The one change that I've made to it is the player on the outside. The player can move anywhere around here. So as play is being progressed here and they're looking for options to play through, this player here can go to either side or back of the grid. As soon as that ball comes in, that player can go. So if this player's taking a touch, doesn't realise that the player's right behind them, that might be a poor first touch, black steps in and wins it. So again, checking the shoulder, seeing where the options are, or seeing where the defender is in this case. I love this game. We did it last week. Just adding in a little bit of continuity, a little bit of repetition to get players used to doing things the way that I want them and trying to say, here's where we are now, this is where we were last week, can we improve on it next week? Very simple game, possession in the middle, and can you release your striker as quickly as possible? I normally give my strikers 2 touches to begin with, progressing to 1 touch. I also add in a defender in each side and often a goalkeeper as well. Those are the sessions for the week. I would love to hear what you guys do to adapt it, progress it and make it fit your team, your level and your age group. Thank you.